We take lemons and make lemonade. We make holes out the beds we made. I heard that there's forgiveness for anything, but if I ain't sorry, how can I be saved?
Disclaimer. I'm going to be talking about some heavy stuff. I just want y'all to know. Everybody not going to agree with me. The intention behind this is not for you to necessarily agree with me, but really to give you something to think about on a deeper level than what we normally do. With that being said, some of the things that I might say might offend you. It's very possible. So I just pray that you can hear what I'm saying in the spirit and accept it how you will.
Open it. Go ahead.
No, we don't.
You know where you was at?
Yeah, you're right. Oh, first off, let me say this. This is not going to make sense if you haven't seen the previous one. So this is what you do, right? You go back, you watch the previous one, and then you watch the rest of them. They're like 20 minutes. You be watching TV 30 minutes, and there ain't no commercials.
Really, you ain't even gotta look at us.
No, look at it, because a lot of y'all.
No, I'm saying they ain't got to. Like, they can just listen.
Yeah.
That's why. Because eventually this is gonna be on a platform where niggas can just hear us, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, wait, okay. I said niggas. Okay. We gotta talk about whether or not that's a curse word. I don't feel like it's a curse word, but I think it is either. But there are people.
Okay, I don't know why.
There's a vein of people that believe.
Why did you do that? Whatever. Look,
watch videos because then you get the funny stuff. Because I just be wilding. Okay, go ahead, bro. Tell them what the third option is. Because I think that it's particularly absurd for us to have to pick out of the two worst options. Right, so one of them just so happens to be better than the other one.
This what you do, right?
This nigga go, oh my gosh, this man gonna say vote more often.
No, watch. I want your full attention.
I just had to make sure.
I want your full attention. This is what you do, right? You vote for yourself. Yo, he left. Yo, he's leaving. You know what's funny? There's a whole group of people. He's really leaving. Like he has exited. Okay, all right. Well, it was Comic Sans. It's just Sans now. I don't know what happened here.
That's funny because you just.
I know that. I know.
I'm gonna start calling you Sans. I'm gonna call you that.
I don't expect you to.
That would be kind of rude.
It will remain a running joke.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
That's it. Right. It will remain a running joke.
All right, so
in all seriousness, though, vote for yourself.
And what does that do?
If everyone did it, seriously, they just wouldn't be a president.
And what does that do?
Well, so if being 100% honest, if everyone does it, right? Or if your family, or if everyone on the planet were to vote for themselves, right? And people with large family or large friend groups voted for one person, that one person would become the president. It's not a joke.
There are specific criteria.
There isn't. You just got to be 35 and a U.S. citizen.
But that's the point that I'm making. If I vote I'm not 35. I dare you to make a joke.
You been old my whole life. I couldn't.
You see how I knew it was coming. He was about to.
The worst part is I wasn't gonna make the joke till you said something. But no, in all seriousness, like if you voted for your mom,
I would love to vote for my mom. I should have did that today, huh?
Could have.
Okay, so
in all seriousness,
the idea though is that nobody is actually going to vote for them. A lot of people are not going to do that. Majority of people are going to vote for the terrible people.
Or as another option, right? Because the thing is, there are 4 separate parties. As far as my knowledge is concerned, it's probably more than that, but it's 4 separate parties. So you have other options.
I'm glad you said that.
You don't have to vote for the. You don't have to vote for the. You don't have to vote for the 2. You can vote for something altogether different. Yes.
So essentially what happens when we vote for a third party or a fourth party is the votes get split. And so whichever dominant party is already established, that is already going to get its votes because they just persuaded the people, is still going to win the presidency with almost no contestation.
No. Again, this is true. But you ask what the other options are. There are plenty of other options.
But there is like
Now,
BS that comes along with the other options is what I'm saying.
So when you said other options, being serious, viable option.
Yes, viable.
You vote for actual independence in the nomination and get them the nomination instead of going blindly. Because nomination is fair open game. It's fair open game to everybody. You don't have to vote for Kanye either, by the way. I'm sorry, I feel
if you vote,
because you.
I just feel like you can't vote for him. Like,
you left that in there.
I just feel like you can't. Because let's assume that everybody decided, like, we don't want either one of these people. We're going to vote Kanye.
He had like 200,000 in some places.
I don't care what he had.
That's funny. Just on
A straight face. I can't even keep a straight. Do you believe? I'm gonna take it back to Dark Knight. Do you believe in Kanye West?
No.
I don't either. I don't believe in Harvey Dent either.
I see what you're
Yeah, I don't believe in Harvey Dent.
But no, in all seriousness,
That's pretty bad.
you run the actual table and do the nomination. Because nomination is open to everybody. When your mans don't win, don't bow out. Actually take part in the things that are supposed to occur. And a lot of stuff that, even though to the spiritual aspects, yes, there may very well be things that are preordained, but like, it's certain stuff that's gonna happen anyway. So just because that's the case, that don't mean you gotta have a worse situation ever. Because a lot of y'all take like, if we're being general with elections, don't nobody vote in a 2 year.
I do. I've actually voted in every 2 year.
99% of people don't vote.
Isn't that crazy to think about? Like, I don't agree with voting.
Why the 2 year instead of the 4 year?
No, I've voted in every 4 year too. Since I've been able to vote, I've voted. Yeah.
So then where's the disdain?
I just like to be able to say something about who.
Or no disrespect, is there a lack of understanding?
There is. I lack a lot of understanding, but I plan to catch myself up. But my thing is, I hate when people use this. If you didn't vote, then you can't complain about.
That's true though.
No, it's an opinion. It's a good opinion, but it's not true.
If you didn't vote, you can't say anything.
But you can, because when you realize that all of these people are crazy, and they do crazy stuff at home by themselves, and so you're like, I don't want anybody running this, and y'all are telling me that I have to do it, because if I don't do it, then somebody crazy is gonna win. But somebody crazy is gonna win anyway.
But this is why
that's my whole point. Somebody crazy is going to win regardless.
Not if you participate.
And the agenda is going to manifest itself regardless of who the president is.
That's true.
Let's say we do what you said with the little people, where let's say we all vote for me. I will be dead in 3 months after being in office.
Why do you think that?
Because I'm not going to do none of the foolishness they want me to do.
So you just don't do it.
They're going to be like, yeah, so it would be in your best interest to pass this bill. And I would look at the CIA man in his eyes, and I would say,
"So I know too. That's a side conversation.
I'm having fun now.
This is a side conversation. I think there's a really fine line between there being higher ups and black folks just being lazy, or people in general just being lazy.
Oh no, see,
but I digress.
But I'm proving to you that I'm not just being lazy. I legit believe these niggas is out to get us, and I believe that anybody who is standing in their way is dead.
It's a horrifying thought process. With no facts to back it up.
You're either, of course, because they're dead. Like how do I prove that they killed somebody for this? When they tell you, the news outlets that they control tell you that this person died of old age, or he just died of a heart attack.
There's examples of it actually happening. There's proof to back up certain people actually dying.
But the irony is, those are still theories that people have come up with based on the facts that they put together. And some stuff is mainly speculation. Most of this stuff we actually have no true proof of. That's the whole point. They don't want us to have real. If we had real proof,
that's not true.
Tell me. Go ahead. If we had 100% unfallible, undisputable proof that things occurred, then
nothing would change.
No, it would.
But it wouldn't. This is why, right? Because for you, you're like, oh, okay, cool. Because see, that's the only other problem.
What's about to be funny is you might end up proving my point by the end of your statement.
Probably not.
I'm talking about the voting point because you just said nothing would change if we had infallible proof that the system is rigged. Basically, essentially,
y'all still gonna do it. People, because of the problem is
who's gonna do?
Most people.
There you go.
Did I say everyone?
No, I'm just saying that in and of itself shows you what the system has done.
The system hasn't done anything. It's a group mind, and nobody thinks for themselves. It's an open it's an open world. It's a world that's open to you, and if you choose not to read,
so the
then
system
that's what you end up with.
is I didn't mean to do that. It's affecting.
Why did you stop so heavily?
So the system itself is affecting your subconscious. Even if you yourself don't believe that this system is imparting anything onto you, you think all of your thoughts are your own thoughts straight out of. Yeah, I'm not saying you actually. I'm just giving you an example.
Okay.
That's what a lot of people think. A lot of people think, like, I had a conversation with one of my friends, and she was talking about our perception of beauty, right? Mm-hmm. And she was talking about how we have learned perceptions of beauty that we need to unlearn. We need to decide that these things are not good. They're not the only way you can be beautiful, mm-hmm. and then we can progress. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the stuff that you think is beautiful is not learned in a sense where somebody sat you down, you read a paper, and then you knowingly decided that this is what was beautiful to you. Mm-hmm. A lot of things are subconscious. Mm-hmm. Just because they're subconscious does not mean that they're not learned. Mm-hmm. But they are subconscious. Mm-hmm. So your feeling about them is not that they are learned, but that is just how you feel. Yeah, I'm saying I could segue, but I'm not doing it.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
So subconsciously, you believe this is the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. It's always felt right to me. Mm-hmm. When in actuality, you experience something on a consistent basis, subtly, so your subconscious tells you that this is what is right. Mm-hmm. Why do I like slim waists? And it's not something that I was just like in the house and my dad was like, son, remember, these the only women that's beautiful. Like, he never said that to me.
Fair, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
I'm sorry, this is funny.
Fair.
But that's real.
Stay away from temptation, everybody.
Woo! But that's real. That's real. Like, that's not something that I learned in that way. Yeah. I learned it through the media that I consumed. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like my parents was looking at the media and they didn't necessarily notice, oh, they're really pushing this, because it was subtle. Mm-hmm. It's something that attacks my subconscious. Mm-hmm. Every now and then you'll see something in cartoons when the woman that they perceive to be beautiful comes on screen. When we were kids, the old cartoons, mm-hmm. a certain type of music would play. The woman would have a certain figure in a certain shape, and she would act a certain way, and then the wolf would react a certain way every time.
Yeah.
So even that wasn't even every episode. So subconsciously, I'm gonna start thinking, if she looked like this, oh, you know what I'm saying?
This is true.
It's not learned on purpose. I do need to unlearn it, but.
True.
If I don't know that that's something that's learned, then how could I then, attack it? I think it's natural. This is done turned into a whole nother conversation, like on the low.
That's fine. My arguments to that, you should combat that with you should combat that with intelligence. Again, this is the information.
And I agree with you.
Open to that.
I agree with you. But how do I get from this has always felt right to me, and that's what's in my head to do, to the point of, oh, maybe this is wrong and I need to gain information on it?
By yourself or just in general? Because in general, your homies will probably tell you something's OD, and then things certain things, not everything. For some of y'all,
right now we live in an age where your homies will be like, if that's what you want to do, you.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Certain things self-correct.
Cause y'all niggas think being solid is let your homie do whatever and stand by him regardless. But being solid is, I'm gonna stand by you, but that shit that you doing is crazy.
Okay, cool. Because what he said the first time was my view, but it was just like it's a little different.
No, because Royce will tell you straight up. I mean, Sands will tell you.
He really did that. Wow.
Sands will tell you, yo,
Yeah, that ain't it.
I really don't agree with what you're doing, bro. Like, that's wild. And then, Royce, I need help. What you need? I got you. That's what real solid is.
Because I'm not. I want you to be successful.
That's cracking the pot solid. Know what I'm saying?
You got the coat on. This is turning to a completely different thing.
I need a ring. I need a ring now. Yeah. Thought about battle rap when I said that. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
But no, I feel like your intelligence, your personal intelligence should combat that. Now, granted, yes, a lot of the most of the things that you learn are through others, but there are things, to me at least, given I guess what I've experienced, there should come a time where you should just investigate everything. Like there's question everything. Like it doesn't matter what it is, and then from there you gain your own knowledge, and then you'll come to your own conclusions, and you go from there.
Okay, so side conversation. When you say question everything, a lot of people who are viewing this are probably believers who have never questioned their own beliefs.
You need to.
What would you say to someone who thinks you're crazy right now and you should probably never speak on anything like this again? What would you say to those people?
You need to question your beliefs because most of y'all got it from somebody, right? And this how you test it, right? Get them to hit you as hard as they can, right? And then vice versa. So when y'all alternate, I'm gonna pause. You can walk through.
Thank you.
Just go through.
Yeah, so you can walk around.
Cocaine. You'll see this. See this around my neck. It's Cuban mink. I got the finest of all things. They come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding, asking me to do a favor for you. Kiss the ring. When the time comes, I will call upon you to do a service. Do I have your word, brother? Luca. Go with him.
It's crazy people are actually living like that.
Bada bing, bada boom. Handle the problem. Tell Michael to bring the cannolis from the back. Cue the song. I wonder if she's ever gonna come back.
Yo, the scores on old movies were crazy.
The Godfather is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Are you gonna walk back through?
Say what you're saying. Freak it.
All right, cool. So then to those believers, because I'm gonna just chop. To those believers, we have done almost 20 minutes again.
It's a good talk.
Yeah. To those believers, I will say this: question everything, right? And this is how you test it, right? Get that person, right?
Yup.
Whoever you learn, you might not want to do that for this, because this is not about. Get that person, right? Whoever that person is that you feel like led you down the right path as much as they could, right? Get that person, right, to hit you as hard as they can, right? Then you do the same, right? So then when both of you bleed, right, neither of you are perfect, right? Or if I'm being honest and 100% like real, having a real thing, right? At some point, every person in your life has failed you, whether indirectly or directly, whether on purpose, on accident, whatever the case may be. Everybody. There's not a person on the planet without fault. There's not a person on the planet that exists for you in your life that you feel like has not wronged you in some way, whether they did it on purpose or not, because things can be misconstrued and misunderstood, right? That person that you hold to the highest of esteem, that's probably not Christ, because y'all out here still wilding probably. That person did wrong. Meaning, all people are flawed. Everybody's gonna mess up eventually.
All people are flawed. Everyone will mess up eventually. It's about repentance. following the Father and the Son, the Holy Spirit.
He got the jacket on. He acting
No
different.
crosses. You don't follow the cross, you follow the man on the cross. I'm sorry, I'm done.
He has on the coat. He's better than the rest of us now.
No, I'm not better. I'm the Godfather. Yo. Nah, real talk, I am a Godfather. I got the. Y'all see my goddaughter in the video, last video.
Yeah, you know I had to cut whatchamacallit out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Taj came in late, and I was like, okay, that's just. Anyway, yeah, no. In all seriousness, question everything. If you think that you're right and you think that I'm wrong, that's fine. But that's a question in your mind. You're questioning my validity, so you've already started on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing.
The irony is, I went years being taught not to really question anything. And anytime I would start to dig any deeper into anything, is be careful with that. That could lead you whoop to whoop. And it's almost like people don't believe that the Father would lead you. I couldn't keep myself frozen. That was really cool though.
Go ahead.
It's like people don't believe that the Father will lead you. So I would ask that you pray, seek the Father, seek His wisdom, seek His knowledge, and allow His will to be your will. And then when you start to look into things, you won't see it from the perspective of what anybody else taught you. You'll begin to see it through His eyes. You'll even begin to see people through His eyes. That's why I can say I don't agree with homosexual marriage, but never once will I say that I hate a person who is homosexual.
But that'll be in the next episode.
Oh yeah, it will, because we about to talk, and you gonna hate me after this. But I've been feeling a tug.
A pull on the heartstrings.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. This has been 2 full episodes. Yeah.
Shout out to all the candidates. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you doing in the dark will be exposed in the light. The Father is going to have His special time with you. I just hope that you can face who you really are. I pray that you find it in your heart to accept the Father, the Son, and allow Him to impart the Holy Spirit on you. And I pray that you get your life right.
Ooh.
Like that's me praying for them. Real talk, like the way I feel about what they do, I really don't want nothing to happen to them.
You think everybody like that?
Nah, not necessarily. Just the ones that get the most shine. I feel like there's a reason that you're important to the public. And yeah, that's real. Shout out to Comic Sans. Comic Sans. That's it.